Modernization gave us speed, efficiency, convenience, but it also gave us something else. A constant companion we've learned to ignore, one that could be putting our health at risk. We are the architects of our environment. We created pollution, air, water, land, visible, tangible, obvious. But what if the most dangerous pollution is one you can't see, can't smell, and can't taste? This is noise pollution, the silent environmental threat.
Pagtulog
Pagtulog, pagkatado po.
at dahil yung pagtulog yun talaga yun. Kasi minsan yung iba naman work from home, naingayan. Nagabi naman, pagtulog naman, maingay.
As we traveled around Metro Manila, talagang maririnig mo ang bustling sound ng traffic. Mandaluyong man, Marikina, or even Cubao. Talagang marinig mo yung ingay na sobrang nakakasakit sa tenga. Kaya nga sabi, Manila is one of the most busiest place here in the Philippines. Kaya kahit nasa kaduluduluhan ka pa na streets, talagang rinig mo ang ingay or any kind of stuff na nagpuproduce ng sound. Pero may dalawang cities na kayang puksain ito or mitigate ito. Kaya ngayon, samahan nyo kami ng aking mga grupo upang alamin kung ano nga ba ang noise pollution at paano ang dalawang cities na ito na minimitigate ang epekto ng noise pollution. According to WHO, yung mga tainga natin ay kayang i-tolerate ang decibels na around 65 to 75 decibels. And above that can cause serious harm. Of course, yung mga sources nito is from construction noises to traffic noises. Even sa mga tao, parami lang ng parami kaya mas lalong umiingay. Yung population dito sa Pilipinas halos tumiple since 1960. And as of now, 2025, 47% of Filipino living in urban areas, mainly because of businesses and job opportunities.
Even before pa naman, residential talaga ang barangay poblasyon. Then, na-introduce sa kanila yung itong mga bagong businesses na nakikita nyo ngayon. Kaya rin siya nagiging tourist destination. So, ang pinaka-complaints dito, most of the time, pagdating sa noise, bukod dun sa bars, na yung tunog ng mga sounds nila, yung mga music nila, syempre dumadami rin yung tao. So, yung noise pollution, yung human traffic dito, yun yung nagiging problem din. However, hindi nila sometimes makontrol yung tao sa labas. Yung naglalakad, they tend to be noisy outside the establishment. So, yun yung mga nagiging problem. So, dun pumapasok yung bantay bayan. So, we try to, as much as possible, pag sinabihan sila, ikutan nyo naman yung ganitong area to check kung sino yun. Let them know na nakaka-istorbo na sila sa mga residents. So, piligil naman sila.
As the population grows, so does the noise. So what does it mean for our health?
Was a very dangerous pollution. Why we Filipino really love noise. And diba, we sing, we shout, and we love fireworks, mga purple talk, love natin yun. And we love to celebrate fiesta. So, ignore talaga siya. But the problem is, yung masasela yung tenga, they tend to endure it so much. they lose their sense of hearing, nadidegrade yung tenga nila, yung pandinig nila. And the hard part of it is it was a reversible damage, so there's nothing they can do. Kaya hopefully, cities they will take it serious because it was a serious matter.
That's why cities like Makati enacted a city ordinance na di lang natutulungan yung lugsod nila, pati na rin yung residences nila.
My name is Crisfield Deco Alcancia from Mandaluyong and student of Central Colleges of the Philippines.
I'm Ferlie Cruz. I am the Division Head of the Pollution Control and Regulation Division. And with me, Mr. Donato Garcia. He is currently the Section Head of the Anti-Noise Pollution Section. And together with Van Irish Dolo Eris, tama ba? From the Anti-Noise Section also. So currently, we are implementing City Ordinance number 2018-090, otherwise known as the Anti-Noise Pollution Code of the Makati City, which was enacted way back October 2018. So meron tayong ordinansa, yun yung sinasabi natin, yung Anti-Noise Reduction Ordinance na pinapatupad natin simula pa noong 2018. Based sa ating ordinance, may 3 departments na mandated to enforce the said ordinance. So first, yung department namin, Department of Environmental Services, kami yung in charge doon sa mga business establishments na may mga audio devices and sa construction. And then meron tayo sa Public Safety Department naman, sila naman yung mga in charge doon sa mga sasakyan na mga iingay, may mga mufflers, may mga modified mufflers, sila naman yung in charge doon. Pagdating naman sa barangay, ang trabaho naman nila ay i-monitor yung mga community noise naman. Yun yung mga galing sa mga video okay na pag may mga events sa bahay nila, kunwari may birthday, so sila nagmamonitor noon. Aside from that, yung mga animal noise, yung mga, yung mga away, mag-asawa, yung mga ganon, ingay ng tao, si barangay naman. So, tuloy-tuloy yung pagpapaseminar namin, pagpapa-webinar sa ating mga Makatizen, sa constituents, pagdating sa provisions ng anti-noise ordinance natin. So, kumbaga yung awareness program natin, ano yung mga nakapaloob sa ordinance, tuloy-tuloy po yung paseminar natin. Every year, actually, ng beses natin ginagawa, no? Aside from that, currently meron ding in-install na mga noise sensors, no? Anti-noise sensors ang city. I think around 100, no? 100 sa intercity para ma-monitor namin kung saang area ang nagsispike ang noise.
Or kung lalagpas doon, let's say 95 or 100, mga ingay ng tricycle yan eh. Yan, mga yan, jeep. Talagang sira ang tenga mo dyan. My advice is to stay away from those area na maingay.
But believe it or not, people actually enjoyed it. Loud music, loud noise, even use it as a way to cope or mag-unwind lang kapag pagod sa trabaho. That's why nightlife in Makati thrives until midnight. The good part is, most establishments follow the rules by soundproofing their venues. But what if there is one place na talagang tahimik kapag kailangan mo ng katahimikan? Kung masarap magpahinga kapag nandito ka sa lugar na to, tara na at gisingin natin ang taong alam na alam ang lugar na ito.
In Bonifacio Global City, honking is rare. Voices are calm. The soundscape feels intentional. It's less chaos, more calm. And for many, it simply feels good. Of course, BGC isn't completely silent. Still have this traffic, the music, and the bustling sound of city life. The difference is, a lot of buildings here are designed with soundproofing. So even if you're busy outside, inside, it's quiet. You work or study or rest. And how the city's happening. That's why we spoke with someone who knows how things work around here in BGC, an expert in building design and urban planning, especially in terms of soundproofing and environmental harmony.
Good morning, engineer. I am Jack Laredad from Central Colleges of the Philippines, College of Engineering. And first of all, thank you po sa pagpapaunlak sa aming panayam patungkol po sa aming documentary na noise pollution. And layunin din po namin na maunawaan kung ano yung mga nakaka-apekto sa mga mamamayan at yung mga hakbang na inyong pinapatupad upang mapanatili ang katahimikan at kaayusan sa komunidad.
Good morning. I'm Engineer Mark Joseph Gan. I'm the Estate Operations Manager for Bonifacio Global City.
Okay, sir. Starting up engineers, sa ngayon, meron na po bang mga polisiya or regulations sa BGC regarding noise pollution in accordance to PD 1152?
Okay, for BGC, we observe yung regulations pa rin of the PD 1152. So, yun pa rin naman ang basis namin in terms of enforcement regarding noise pollution. We don't have our own regulations. We still follow yung local and national regulations.
Okay, sir. So, sa palagay niyo po, ano yung mga common source ng noise pollution dito sa BGC?
Ngayon, common source of pollution or yung most na nakukuha namin complaints or concerns is more of the construction noise. So meaning, yung mga constructing locators natin, yung mga constructing buildings, most of the time, sila yung nagiging concern ng mga residente natin and even yung mga office goers natin. So yun yung mostly noise na pollution sources, pero meron din tayong mga ibang bagay na nakukuha rin complaints. For example, yung mga sasakyan na may open muffler or mga motorcycle na may open mufflers. May mga ibang factors din, kagaya ng mga ibang equipment namin, panlinis na mga leaf blowers namin, yung aming mud vac, which is yung sweeper namin on the roads. So yun yung mga ibang sources of noises. And then yung mga pangilan-ngilan is like yung mga events. So for example, yung event sa High Street, merong event sa may side ng Uptown or sa ibang other locations here in BGC. Pag may event sila, medyo may music, may loud noise. Yun yung ibang nakukuha natin, noise complaints or noise concerns.
Okay, yun nga, napansin ko nga din na nagdudulot talaga ito ng ingay. So, sa paano paraan niyo po na-identify itong mga source ng ingay? At paano niyo nalutas ang suliranin nito?
For construction noise, part of the requirement natin is dapat meron silang decibel meter na nakapaskil doon sa fence ng kanilang sa kanilang construction site. Tayo rin, meron tayong 24/7 na mga tao na ang role nila mag-check ng safety ng construction site, mag-check ng safety ng buong city, at kumuha rin ng mga decibel meter reading ng mga locations ng construction, plus kung may mga events, pati kung merong nakukuha tayo complaints. So meron tayong taong umiikot, meron silang handheld device na ginagamit, and aware sila kung paano siya huli.
Okay, so I'm kind of leaving you on the spot just to continue our interview. So for the next one is, how are noise pollution violations actually here?
Noise pollution violations, ang sanctions niyan, pinipenalize namin. So, for example, may construction site na noise, syempre may guidelines tayo. So, syempre, verbal muna, you talk to them, pero kung repetitive na, we sanction them na may penalties, may fines, at a certain amount. Tapos, dumarating din tayo minsan sa point ng work stoppage if kailangan. So, in terms of construction, yan medyo meron tayong rules. But honestly speaking, in terms of yung mga violators ng motorists, Yun yung medyo may ano tayo, medyo may challenges tayo, let's call it in that, na kasi we need an ordinance, no? So, kami naman, what we do for BGC, we follow rin naman local and national ordinance, as I mentioned a while ago. So, yun yung challenges ngayon in terms of the noise pollution caused by motorists. Yeah.
And for the last one, as an engineer, in your opinion, are the current measures adequate to address the noise pollution?
Current measures in terms of yung sa amin, yung pagpapalit from gas power to electric, I think that's one of the most impact, the most impact in terms of addressing the noise pollutions. But in terms of the construction noise, ngayon what we do is ano lang, kumbaga ano yung meron tayo engineering solutions at place. I think yun lang yung ngayon eh. Tapos we adjust nga in terms of the time to help din yung mga residents natin. But I think with your team, I mean with your group, being that we have provided you with the other details ng mga consoles, I probably will entrust to your team, no, how you can help how you can help for the future, kung ano ba yung mga pwede pa natin engineering solutions that we can do na para to address yung mga noise complaints. Like I've mentioned, meron sa from construction, so I entrust to the future, no? Kung paano niyo tutulungan or paano niyo gagawin in the future na ma-eliminate, no? Or mabawasan man lang yung ating noise pollutions from construction. But in terms of yung sa mga gamit natin, like sa vehicles natin, even our buses, kasi we're looking to transition with electric na rin.
Yeah, I do saw like the comic, the pure electric.
But we're transitioning, and I'm not sure kung by when, but most likely magka-transition to electric. And then we're also, in terms of the vehicles naman, talagang we just have to have close coordination with the city, with the barangay, para lang yung ordinance namin is meron kaming magamit na para ma-address yung mga concerns on the vehicles. Yeah.
Alright, well, thank you. That was really helpful
Thank you.
for our research and our concern.
Future engineers, you are more than makers of machines and skylines. You shape how people live, how they breathe, and how they feel.
We build the world that never stops, that never rests.
So, ask yourselves, are you designing for speed or for sanity? For power or for people? Are you site symbol of progress or monument of noise?
Noise is the silent crisis, unseen yet deafening, measure in decibels but felt in anxiety, in exhaustion, in disconnection.
The next great innovation doesn't need to be louder. It needs to be smarter, more thoughtful, more human. It's not just an engineering problem, it's a human one, a moral one.
Because every structure you create, every system you design, is a decision about the world we'll inherit. So we ask you, will you echo the chaos or engineer the silence we desperately need? The world is watching. The future is listening. Will you finally choose to hear it?